until you fall with 3 new weapons, 2 hand weapons, super heavy, super beautiful. And I have with me... Yeah, sorry, Agatha, I'm never gonna... Just talking. And I have with me Skandi, Mako, and Civ. So introduce yourself and tell us something that I don't know about you. So I know something new.
I vote Skandi goes first.
Okay.
Why?
Because she said your name first.
Yes.
And it's the latest for you, I think. So you're the most awake.
Yeah, okay. Then I might go about how I started on Fall, because I gave up on the first captain, and now I'm here beating Nightmare.
Ooh.
Actually.
Nice.
You know, it's just like for people, do not give up. It will be fine. You'll get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Civ?
I'm Cyvern and I always freeze up when I'm asked to introduce myself. Yeah, I think really the only reason why I still play this game and managed to get so far is because of the community, honestly. Like, it's a wonderful game, but you guys are what make it, like, still fun to come back to after all this time. So, yeah.
It's mutual.
Yeah.
Mako?
Oh, I expected you to just mute me, but how am I supposed to follow that up?
Is she talking? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh my god! No, excuse me. Yeah, I guess I like axes or something. No, this game is great. I actually don't really like roguelike games. They're not really my thing. So to get this involved in a roguelike was kind of an interesting experience for me. I'm usually into like RPGs and, you know, like building a character and playing 300 hours of Valheim kind of thing. So this has been kind of new and awesome. And I think for me, I think it's the physical aspect of the game that keeps me coming, and the community as well. But I really feel like I get a workout as well as a fun gaming experience. So just an awesome job by Shell Games.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and Maxima, and for me, this is wow. This is a wow game. It's the first. It's the first virtual reality game that I play, and I feel like I was in another world, and this is crazy. So I love this game. Everybody knows that I have a whole wall of art for this game, and
Yeah.
and
It's awesome.
Yes, and I have 1.2 million ether. I play a lot.
That's it? I thought it was 2 million. Oh, wow.
No. I'm going to 2 millions. But
They need to create a new role then.
Multi-millionaire.
Yeah. But this is basically traveling to another world. So welcome to Rockart. I don't want to make this part too far, but I just realized that I call Civ instead of Cyv. So thank you for correcting me. All
I mean,
this
it's
time.
a made-up word, so, like, say it however you like.
Okay. Oh yeah. In Spanish, you call that Civ.
Yeah.
Is that your excuse, Maxima?
All right, so we have 3 weapons. We have this beauty here that is very heavy. Like, it's no way to... I don't know how... Okay, this is very heavy.
Are you holding the hammer,
it.
Maxima?
No. Fates
no.
and... Okay. So I know... I know Cyv is choosing Fate's End. So if you can tell us a little about that and show it to us.
No, why do I have to go first? I think it's a really cool weapon because it's a bit different to, like, the other two-handed weapons and how it controls. Like, you sort of hold it at the base of the weapon and you have, like, it's hard to demonstrate when I don't know if anyone's going to be able to see it or not. But yeah, it's like, it makes it a sort of unique experience. And I like that there's options with the new weapons, like they're not all exactly the same.
That's a good point.
The set of traits it has is really interesting as well. It's like, take all the combo limit to do like literally no comboing. It's fun.
Okay, so how does super work?
Well, to be honest, like, I found the super really hard to use in the beta because the sort of like timer that warned you it was running out was slightly off. I think it was a bug. But like it threw me off so much that I just sort of always got like caught off guard. Because like I didn't see the end of it coming, so I would just like drop my weapon in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, I agree. I also had a hard time. Sorry to chime in, but the super on the Fate's End is really tricky. I think personally.
I agree.
Okay, so what's the super? Titan strength.
Yeah, Titan strength.
And
Wait,
what it
wield-
does?
Wield all two-handed weapons in a single hand as if they were held in two hands. It lasts 10 seconds. I memorized that. I didn't just read it out from the weapon description.
Wow.
I'm lying, I did.
I would have believed it.
Wow. Okay. All right. It's gonna be hard to use. Okay, but we also have. Well, I have the Fates and 10. I already upgraded, but it's coming already with 3 traits, right? The 2 hands, the filling strike, and the charge. Any particular comment about these 3?
Does anyone else have like something to say?
Can I interject? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I have to say that this weapon feels like a love letter to Final Fantasy VII. Like, shout out to Kuda, who I know loves this game. So, like, whoever loves the Buster Sword, like, I definitely feel like there was some serious, like, love put into this weapon for that. And I feel like that's what the charge is also, which the charge allows you to dash. And if you're using it with 2 hands, which I found out the hard way, I tried to do it with 1 hand and it didn't work. And I was like, my God, my game's bugged. And then I actually read it. So good job reading comprehension skills. So if you hold it with 2 hands, and I'm kind of demonstrating on the dummy husk, you can like charge in and actually cause health damage, which is, I think, the first weapon that allows you to dash and actually do health damage, which I think is pretty cool, and actually gives a use to Juggernaut, which is generally the trait that everybody kind of mocks as a useless trait that appears in the game. So I would argue that finally there's a use for it. So anyway, I just thought that was a really cool and unique ability that Fate's End has.
Yeah. It totally is.
The Feeling Strike is also Felling Strike.
Oh,
really
sorry, yeah,
interesting as
felling.
well. Felling, isn't it? It's felling. Sorry, my reading skills are. Yeah, but because you get like plus 10 health damage per point of combo limit beyond 1. So if you have like combo 2, then you get more health damage, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay, let's move to the axe. Okay, the axe.
Wait a minute. I'm
Needs to be
looking left
Mako.
to right, and I'm seeing the hammer next, and I think that should be Maxima. So what's going on?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So the hammer. What can I say about this beautiful piece of art? Well, when everybody was testing, was doing the beta, everybody chose, the sword and the axe, and they look at the hammer and they say, "There's no." The super is the first, right, of the 3 weapons. That the super is a super that we all know, right? Bulwark. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna test it. I already know that super. So I started using the hammer, and it feels great. I really like the design. And come on, when you are beating the T2 bosses, we all jealous about those hammers. It's like,
We were always jealous.
Oh,
We
how
were so
many
happy about the
times
hammer.
they just dying, and in the animation drop the hammer, and you just trying to reach it,
Yeah.
even if you know you cannot get it.
That's a really
It was a long awaited weapon.
that's a
feel
really
like-
great point, Maxima. That like this is the weapon that of the 3 2-handed weapons, it's the one that matches an endgame enemy's weapon. So that's pretty neat, I feel.
Yeah, but it's smaller, by the way.
Oh my God.
We need to do the bigger one.
So sorry, because I was playing yesterday, and
Why do you know this?
and they drop it. They drop it next to me, so I have it on my hand. So I went down and I put it next to the other one. I was like, oh, that's not the right size. They still have the bigger weapon. So it's not. Yeah. So anyway, so let me inspect this. Wow. Wait, I don't know how to inspect it. Okay, yeah. So Captain's Warhammer, it has the super that will work, and we know that it's the shield. It's a shield around you, and it's the all sugar. Can I say that, Skandi? It says
sugar, honey, iced tea. If you want to,
I'm gonna die. Oh, sugar, and you press that, right?
Exactly.
Oh, so for example, if you are you're starting to play and there is a combo or a specific part enemy that you're having trouble with, well, you just use it and you just continue trying to block it, but at least you have a guard, and it's like a practice way to do it. So all the two-hand weapons, they have the same first trait, so you do 50% of the off-hands weapon base health and guard damage. And then we have staggering, please correct me if I say this wrong, when they get guard damage. So as the Vestal, right, is very heavy on guard damage. And how do you say that? Indomable.
Indomitable.
Indomitable.
Yeah, so 40%.
Hard word to say.
Yeah, indomitable. Is that? Okay.
Indomitable.
40% dash impact. Dash is basically this 20 that I see right there at the bottom. So since they have 40% dash impact and is based on that dash impact that I have there, it's good to build it up to, I think it's go up to 40, 45? No, what's the
40.
max? 40, right?
40.
40.
Mm-hmm.
Max dash impact?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's 50, but it depends on what your starting is. So like you can only, I don't want to get too into detail on like traits, but like you could always upgrade your base value by 15 based on given traits in the game. The dash impact, shards of ferocity. So it just depends on what your starting is, but your max I believe is 50. But you'd have to choose specific weapons to be able to get to that point. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to shut up now. I'm nerding out.
It goes into Hulk mode.
Oh,
Mako,
please.
Just
yeah, so anything design, I really like it. It feels great in my hands. As Sai was saying, with the sword, the thing is your hands are the handle is different, right? Because your hands are together. And at the beginning, it was kind of hard with the index controllers because they kind of touch, right? And it's important that if you have that little loop, to make the controllers a little tighter, be sure that they don't get together, you're gonna break the controllers. But other than that, it feels very great. And what I do a lot, as I said, I was commenting at the beginning, is we used to have two hands doing different things. And when I was doing the beta, I was like, oh no, this is kind of weird because my two hands, they need to work together. And you don't have like a stick in real life, right? that you are holding, so it's in your hands. At the beginning, found myself just leaving my left hand just in front of my belly and just moving the right one, right? So that works. But then I try more and more, and I playing it, and now I move in two hands. And if you see me playing in real life, it looks like I have a hammer, right? And I'm moving with two hands. So
yeah,
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Any other comments about the hammer?
She's the teacher saying, anybody have any questions?
Yes.
I think one thing which I don't know if I'm going to be careful how I say this. So staggering was not the original trait on this hammer. So I think that's kind of an interesting change. It was different in the beta. So I don't know if that was feedback received.
Which one was it? I don't remember.
It was, can I say, I don't know. I'm going to say it. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. It was unyielding. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was a little different. And shout out to Vertigo. I think he's the one that pointed that out. So that wasn't me. So I think that was an interesting change. I personally like staggering better. I think it's a better trait. Unyielding to me, it changes blocking attack. Sorry, changes dodging mechanics to blocking mechanics. And I don't know. For me, it just changed the game to a point where I was kind of uncomfortable, which is almost my own fault for like getting way too used to muscle memory and then having it change on me. So anyway, I just thought that was an interesting change when 1.3 released.
Yeah, I do remember in the beta getting really frustrated with the hammer because of that. Now it came to me like I was like, oh, there's a new block.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's like a new pattern. And it was not a new pattern. It was just because it was an inbuilt trait that made like the dodging into attacks, which I was not
Yeah.
used to as well with, muscle memory and whatnot.
Yeah. So
Um,
I feel like staggering I feel it's more rewarding on the hammer, and it feels better for
Yeah.
like the fantasy of the hammer. Personally, I know,
Also,
you know.
yeah. Also, it's much better for Rokari Golf.
Yeah.
Hammer is one of the three.
Scandy's true reason for playing this game is just to send husks flying as far as possible.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
Okay, so now we can move to the axe.
I
Nothing
think
to
Scandy
say
should go
about-
first.
Nothing to say about
I
that.
think Mako should go. Mako, the Queen of Axes.
No, but Scandy's
Need to-
the true Viking of Sweden, so I think you go first. Go.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is the cold iron great axe. It's the grandfather of our beloved heart splitter, and and yeah, for me, from the three, it's my favorite. Not only because I feel it
Really?
like in my hands. Sorry, it's just personally. I'm talking about personal preference here. For me, it's just easier to maneuver around. Personally, I also I have a love-hate relationship with the super, which is Vicious Strike. People who know me know I love to stack on Shards of Resolve, which is the shard that gives you an extra max health.
Scandi shards.
Scandy shards.
Yeah, exactly. They got baptized as Skandi Shard. And the problem is because I get anxious with the thought of going down to death's door and get the PT health. So, but these super rewards you in the way like if you have a lot of max health and you lose a bunch of those, then you get more health damage, ignoring guard, which is awesome. Also, to activate it, you sacrifice one of your health crystals, so you will
Oops.
lose one health. So it's like it's very like I don't know. There's this duality of sacrificing the health, and then of course if you go up in the levels of Vicious Strikes, then you get rewarded with health if you slay the enemy with it. But it's a very interesting super. I really love it and hate it at the same time, because when I'm on death's door and I really need it, and then it's like you cannot activate it, and it's like that little sound, and I'm like, no. The traits, you have the two-handed, which have, all the other weapons have, and then you have Vengeance, which is the first time you take damage in an encounter, this gains 25% of health damage, and then you have Berserker. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Which is what I was talking about. Like for each depleted health crystal, you gain more health damage. So yeah, and it's gorgeous. I mean. It is.
What is that?
It is
What is that
beautiful.
little fire, right? That is in the middle, and it's a little
Yeah,
purple.
I guess it's the.
Oh yeah.
Is the forge?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was the super. But now when I look at the icon, it doesn't
it's
really
not.
look like
yeah.
it.
And then
No.
you have the trees also. You see the two trees on the side.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought those were lightning, but maybe they are trees.
Oh wait. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Super, like
But it's beautiful.
the super's effect is so pretty as well. I think
Mhm.
it might be like one of the nicest in the whole game. It looks so cool.
The texture is
looks
amazing.
beautiful.
I mean, it looks it looks like it's being used as always, right? It's just gorgeous.
Even the little blade, like the side blades
yeah.
on the reflection, have the little, lightning or tree. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it does have a texture as
Yeah.
well, like
Yeah.
the middle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It's
Yeah.
on reflection.
Very cool.
A comment that I want to make is, this is like the axe, right? The surface that you're hitting with, right? With the axe, you have two, right? Imagine with the blade, right? In the case of the hammer, I mean, it's different. The area that your brain thinks this is how I hit an enemy. The sword is longer, right? You have more surface to hit the enemy, but this one is I think the smallest one. No, I think the hammer is the smallest one. If you
Yeah. I mean, the technique with this, I just slap them with it. Very technical term.
yeah.
But I just slap them with it. Like, I can't exactly find a dummy, so I'll just, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll go near the enemy, and then just, like, slap them.
Are you showing us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You will see it. You will see it on the recording.
Oh, okay. Mako, anything else on the axe? Baby.
I think yeah. I think what Skandi says is super accurate, and I totally agree that there's a duality is a great word. I'm gonna have to remember that to like the risk and reward of using using the weapon, because it kind of, you know, I guess in general, going back to the one-handed play, a lot of it was based around getting your health as low as possible, your max health as low as possible, to I guess like try to manipulate the trait pool, but this is completely different in the fact that you want to have as much max health as possible, which I think is 10, but you know, Skandi, you would know better than me.
I got to 10 the other day. Yeah.
So it's kind of a different way to play, which I really appreciate about the weapon, because it's just not a style that I think a lot of us were kind of used to doing, aside from Skandi. So I think I really appreciate that it kind of forces you to think and play a little bit different, and the risk and reward factor to it is kind of fun. And I think it kind of, for me, goes to the whole fantasy of the weapon, which is why I was drawn to it. Obviously, it's a huge axe, so duh, I was going to pick it. But the whole thought behind, like, hey, it's a big axe and you're a berserker and you're trying to actually lose as much health as possible to do more damage, and that goes into Vicious Strike, which, you know, takes your health away as you use it more. I just really enjoy the whole like the lore and the fantasy put into it. I just think it was really well done, and the weapon, I think between the traits, the look of it, and just the overall feel of it, it really like kind of comes together really well for me. So I really enjoy it.
Okay.
That's all.
I think in general as well, that's something that's really cool about all of the new weapons is that they like to play them, you do different play styles. It's not just like a one-handed weapon, but you have to use it with two hands. They have like new traits and new supers, and they encourage you to play the game in a different way, which I think is really cool.
Definitely, 100%. Like, you don't play the same way with Fate's Hand or the hammer. You know, it's not the same way. And for example, using the axe, you also need thinking. You think in another way. So it's not only like exactly what you're saying. Like, it's not only like using both hands. It's also like how you play the game. It makes it very different, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to say something about the axe. It looks like a heart if you put it with the portal behind.
Well, yeah, it's a heart, or it looks like two people looking up.
Or the Scarlet Witch kind of thing. Headpiece, kind of. Anyway, I digress. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, so now it's time to choose your offhand. And as you know, I mean, you still need to have an offhand, because something that I saw on the video preview is the knight just throwing, right, one of the one hand and picking the two hand.
Awesome.
Yeah, but at the same time, is like you need to have an offhands on this game, where you can use at any time. For example, if at the beginning it's hard to block with the two hands, you can use one, you know, your offhand, and you know, use that one. You can block with two, and then for damage for health damage you can do the two hands. When you're using the offhand, also you have a lot of stats that affecting that weapon. So let's see, what do you choose? What are you gonna use today? Cyvern, you're gonna use the sword, and I'm gonna use the hammer, and Skandi and Mako are gonna use the axe. What are you gonna use with this?
You know,
Cyvern.
this place could use a tidying up.
Um,
No, I know there are more important
I
things to
usually like to play Fate's End with the Keen Blade because it gives you like 3 additional combo limit, which is the only weapon that does that. Everything else is lower. So like with Felling Strike, I keep reading all the names. With Felling Strike, that means that you get like a really high amount of health damage to start off with, which is really nice. Plus it's like, it has sort of status with a good panic button. It's like, oh my god, they're coming at me, like just go away, go into status. So yeah.
All right. So I'm going to be using, and I have a question. I'm going to be the one asking questions because I'm not very good at technical thinking of the game. Sometimes when I choose something, it's like, oh, it feels cute. It looks cute. I feel like I'm doing more damage. And
I feel like this is Maxima calling us nerds, but like saying it really nice.
Yeah, until you fall nerds. Yes. So, there is a calculation behind the game, right? There is a calculation. It's a percentage that is affecting what. So in this case, something that I like is I hate 1 or 2 combos. I don't like it. Started with 1 combo is one of the challenge I remember was the whole thing 1 combo and was tedious for me, but I did it. So I'm using the spell word charm, and I like this because I have a combo +2. I have dash charges +2. So this is my question. Knowing that the hammer is giving me 40% dash impact, right? Should I go with offhands that give me dash charges, or those that give me dash impact? For example, the heart splitter is giving me dash impact +15.
The first thing I would think is you probably don't want to do the heart splitter, if only because you won't have a way to interrupt enemy attacks. But that's just one aspect of it, because you're going to end up with bulwark and empowered strike. It's kind of tough. Just as an aside, if it were me, I mean, I like going all in, so I would go dash impact. But that's just me.
I would go dash impact too, because then you can. Yeah, it's just. I think you'll get the most out of it.
Okay.
Or there is like the aspect of like balancing different stats to like depending on what you like. Like the highest dash impact will make whatever it's called indomitable. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like that'll be doing the most, sort of having the most effect. You'll basically just break guard instantly by dashing into them. But like, if you hardly have any dash charges and stuff, then it might make the sort of it harder in other ways to like complete the run.
You know what Sai's actually saying is you better pick Juggernaut if you see it, because you want to make your percentage higher.
Juggernaut might be love. Juggernaut might be love.
It's just so funny that my brain usually is like, do you know when you, for example, you go into a restaurant, right, and they you go through the menu and this dish that it looks, like for example, anchovies on pizza. Sorry,
oh my god.
Yeah, so you go like that, and your brain is like, ugh, anchovies. Well, when I see Juggernaut in the run, it was like, ugh. That's the feeling, and it was a feeling for so many years, so many runs that I don't know if I can get it. But if I
aversion.
But the thing is true, right? And what I'm taking from here is if we don't have any dashes, you're not gonna do any dash impact, right? So I'm taking, and by the way, if I take Heart Splitter, it's gonna be 1 combo. So I'm gonna take the Spellworm Charm first because I will have 6 dashes. I will have 3 combos, and it's a good start. And of course, I have the Void Trap. That is, for some reason, I feel I need, a strategy how I'm gonna go through this room. It's a way also to use, to do a lot of damage because Void Trap 4 is gonna do, a lot of damage, and you don't need to have the weapon. You don't need to use the weapon. Just one to cast the super. Does that make sense? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with the axe.
Skandi, why don't you go first? So we'll make sure we don't pick the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I usually run.
axe,
So
take the
far,
axe. No,
I
I'm kidding.
have run with both two-handed weapons, and the reason being it was mostly the hammer and the axe, the great
Mhm.
axe. But in the reason being was because I get 50% of the axe damage. You know, I was going for high damage instead of, and then just pick up like combos and health and whatnot. But today, I feel like I need to go with Gemini Stranded because that's one of my favorite
Yes.
weapons. Also, it has Concussive Blast, which CB4 gives Soul Burn if I get to that. And also, I will start with the 3 combo. There is a high chance I might die, but I need to give it a go and see how I feel about it. So yeah, I'm going with Gemini, Stranded, and Cold Iron Great Axe.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we ready? No, I'm kidding. Come on, Mako.
Oh my god, I'm quitting. That's what I'm doing. Actually, Gemini Stranded is one I like to go with the Great Axe. I agree.
Okay.
I think it balances really well. And I'll usually either do that or the Night Blooded Crest because Concussive Blast is an amazing super. But what difficulty are we gonna play on? Because I think that's gonna
Nightmare.
affect my.
Nightmare.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No,
Are we
play
really?
we play Nightmare. We play Nightmare, and we also this is a coop. So there is a coop. We don't call it co-op. We call it coop. The game doesn't have co-op, but the community developed this way to play together.
You did, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have officially one, but we like to play together. So basically, we are doing all the rooms together, and we just say what we're choosing at the end, and it's great. I mean, we love it. But
If we die,
if we die, it's a code of honor that the rest of the members of the coop sacrifice themselves. So we need to start over. So you better don't die.
Yeah, and there's 2 important things that I think you missed is that you have to RP your death. That's very important.
Oh yeah, you need to RP your death.
Yeah.
That's that's good. That's my favorite part. When somebody said I die, I was like, yes, I'm gonna RP my death. Oh my gosh.
And I think the other thing is just a big shout out to Chicken who originally brought this to the community, the chicken coop. So
Yeah.
Chicken
just
coop.
really, really good.
Yeah.
So we're really playing on Nightmare. Like
Nightmare.
do I need to reset the bosses? Because I played Nightmare.
Yeah, let's
was it
reset the
for you?
bosses. So we're gonna crash.
Why did I mention it? I should have just go but not reset and just go through the husk.
Oh no, come on.
oh god. Okay, I'm gonna pick the heart splitter and I'm probably gonna die. So let's just do it.
Oh, you're gonna go both axes
Why not?
again?
She's the queen of axes.
I have
Yeah.
to. I'm probably gonna die, but we'll do it. Honestly, this is a stupid decision. Like, it's not a good combo, but I feel like I need to do it.
All right.
Well, you did it already.
I did. Well, I did
challenge.
it once.
Yeah.
Okay,
You'll be
go in front of the portal a little far away. Look up. Just ask Agatha, please protect us. We're gonna try to bring you a heart. If we
She
don't-
replies, I'm going to give you Juggernaut on every single room. You're welcome.
And I'm going to disconnect Agatha. Thank you.
Agatha, I'm never gonna disconnect you, okay? Because this is my way to know I kill everybody when you
Teacher's
talk
pet.
to me.
What?
Oh wow, now I'm dizzy. I look up too much.
Oh, actually, can I say one thing before we start? Speaking of
Yes.
which, so 1.3 also introduced smooth turning mechanics, which I'm demonstrating right now, and not too much because I don't want to get myself VR sick. And it is amazing. Oh my god, hold on, I spun around too much. Okay.
Wait. I'm going to activate it because I never use it.
Oh, it's awesome. So it used to be only
This
snap
is-
turning, which meant that if you pressed like left or right on your analog stick on your right controller, it would snap to like the nearest enemy, which was, in my opinion, very disorienting. And I physically move to look at enemies. I don't use that since it's mapped to the same button as dash. It could get a little weird for me. So I think smooth turning is a really great addition, but like a smaller one. Obviously, everybody's so focused on the two-handed weapons, and I'm over here like smooth turning's amazing.
And also the languages and the subtitles as well.
Yeah.
I will not use smooth turning because that made me sick before.
It doesn't work for
so
me.
I need to find the sweet spot between the smooth turning, because I think as far as I remember, you can adjust it, can you?
Yes.
Level. So I need to still find that level, which is a really cool thing to have because I'm really sensitive with motion sickness in VR. So being able to adjust the motion, have the motion smooth turning, not motion, the smooth turning, but being able to adjust it to the level that I feel comfortable with. But I still need to find the sweet spot. So I'll be using the snap.
Okay.
The
Have,
usual
like,
one. The snap turn.
Me
a
too.
lot.
For some reason, it was not working, but I'm gonna fix it later.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Did you have a comment?
What?
No.
What?
Nobody.
What?
Nobody. Okay.
Are you
No,
stalling?
no.
Are you stalling?
Okay, so yeah, it's great to have different languages, and I now I'm in English, but just because we are speaking English, but usually I play now in Spanish, and it's very fun to see all the names of all the traits and the weapons and everything in Spanish. And something else that I do for fun is I activated the subtitles. So when I read what Agatha is saying, I say it in Spanish with the Agatha's voice. So it's kind of fun. I don't know. It's just the silly things that I do. Okay, are we ready?
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. So I'm in front of the portal. I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.